welcome to this week's sewing vlog where I am walking you through how to make this denim tie vest. This is inspired by the Olive brand tie vest. I've been seeing this pop up all over my Pinterest and I've seen a lot of people recreate it as well, and I followed this one particular TikToker. I'll link her information here. She did a tutorial and I followed it step by step. I just adjusted some steps since I am using a thicker fabric. But yeah, this was fairly simple to make. And if you're new here, my name is Melly and I really like to sew. So if you're interested, you can also grab your sewing machine and sew with me in this video. Let's go. I made this vest out of a denim dress that I wasn't really wearing before. And now I kind of regret it because denim is kind of hard to work with. Let's see how this goes. My hands are gonna be fully blue by the end of this video.
So I didn't film the cutting part, but I initially cut out the top using my personal bodice block. I did this intentionally since I wanted to try on the vest before adjusting the shoulder widths. But if you want to trace a loose tank or a shirt with a fit you prefer, you can also do this. The top portion of the vest ends at the bottom of the bust, and since the bottom portion is gathered, I multiplied the bottom bust measurement by 1.5, then I gathered the bottom to match the top portion. In the original video, the creator left 3 centimeters to finish the gather, which is what I initially tried to do here, but after attempting this, it got difficult for my sewing machine to take the bulk, so I decided to use bias tape to finish the exposed seam instead. However, if you're using a thinner fabric, this method is definitely preferred.
I just finished adding the bottom gathered piece to the top and I'm just checking if I like the fit. I was thinking I needed to adjust this bust line, but I think it's good. And now I just have to finish the back piece so I can attach them together. Do you see the vision? I think it would look a lot better with a white shirt underneath. I got a white shirt. I just sewed on both front and back pieces together and I'm going to do a quick try on just in case I need to make any minor adjustments before I finish the armholes and the neckline. And this time I wore white. I like it. I think the shoulders might be a bit too long, so I'm going to cut it by like 1 centimeter. Hand check. They're kind of turning blue. And I lost 2 nails.
Since I'm using a thinner fabric, I wanted to reduce as much bulk as possible, so I decided to zigzag stitch just the bottom edges of the vest, since I figured a double folded hem wouldn't be practical here. But if you're using a thinner fabric, a double folded hem works perfectly fine as well. And for the armholes, I double folded the opening since there would be more friction here. For the neckline, I'm using a double folded bias tape to finish the opening. With right sides together, I pinned both edges and sewed along the first crease of the bias tape.
Now that we have part of the bias tape attached to the neckline, I'm gonna stitch as close as I can to the edge here. So that way when we fold the bias tape in, we'll have two nice finishes here and it's gonna look extra clean. Also, it'll be more secure. I think there's a term for this, but I can't quite remember it, but I'll show you how I finished the neckline.
The original design has a tunnel for the drawstring, so you can use bias tape to create this tunnel. And I used cotton twill tape for the ties.
So my sewing machine keeps jamming when I try to sew in the tunnel for the ties. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut the ties to the length, maybe putting it this way, sewing down here, folding over, then sewing down again. I wonder if this will be too thick for my sewing machine. I was really hoping to do a tunnel, but I think because the denim is so like thick, my sewing machine just keeps jamming and it's not taking it. So she's finally complete and I love her. I paired it with a white top and some black thrifted pants. These pants have some white thread detailing, which I love. And then I also wore these red socks with my black loafers, which adds a nice contrast to the dark denim. I'm excited to wear this.